All right. I'm sorry for the delay. Um, Actually, you know what? The funny thing is, I was actually playing some music, a Bigfoot song, and I forgot that I was actually muted the whole time while I was getting situated. So, anyway, how are you doing, Baltimore?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me all right?
Oh yeah, I hear you real good. I hear you real good. We got Zach's gonna be joining us in a little bit. He was dealing with a phone call. He had a last minute phone call that came in. So um yeah, I know you've been working a lot, and I know you've been kind of picking up on a few things here and there, and we haven't been able to really kind of catch up with you. I was wondering if there was anything that you wanted to share with us before we get started tonight, because we do have a few things we're going to go over. I'm going to do some screenshots of a couple of things that have been floating around on Facebook and social media that I thought we could share and discuss, and we can share our opinions, because there's something I want to point out on a certain particular picture. It's my conclusion, but everybody else is welcome to share their input. But before we get into that, yeah, we haven't had Baltimore with us in a while. So if there was anything you wanted to throw out there, Baltimore, please feel free to share with us.
There have been a lot of Bigfoot reports here in B County for the past few months. Um, they actually old timers have actually been seeing it. A huge one and a smaller one. The smaller one like jumping off a tree. Um, Other ones, I believe I talked about this one. Actually, saw one underneath a mesquite tree eating mesquite beans and running across the field, uh, and was going pretty fast and slowed down and just walked over a gate.
Oh,
Things like
wow.
that. They have. It's been pretty active, and I'm going to be having a Bigfoot meeting down here. I'm actually going to put it on the paper, and I'm trying to get the news team involved as well. Like that,
Nice.
like that. I mean, there's so many. There's so much reports out here. Um, because down here, the mesquite beans are just about running out, and that's one of their main food supplies here. The wild grapes are also running out as well, so that's another big old food supply.
Yeah,
We have wild persimmons that grow wild here as well, and it's a cross between a wild grape and a prune, and it's so abundant out here.
mm,
But we other people from other Bigfoot researchers down South Central Texas have also had good reports also about people who actually seen it. So
right.
yeah,
You mentioned it before. What was those type of beans you mentioned that was considered a food source?
mesquite beans.
Mesquite beans. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Now,
yeah,
are those from the plant that, or whatever the type of tree or whatever they have
yeah,
that they use for
exactly.
mesquites?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're exactly from the trees. And once you chew them, they're real sweet,
hmm.
real high in protein.
Man, that sounds. Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds good.
yeah.
Man.
Native Americans used to chew them up. I mean, not chew them up. Actually, grind them up and make them into bread.
Hmm.
So what's actually wild about this tree is that we did not have these trees here a few hundred years ago. They actually, the Spaniards also fed the cattle coming into Texas, and they actually dropped the mesquite bean, and that's how there's so many mesquite beans down in South Central Texas because of the cattle industry. That actually happened here many years ago. So
Wow.
yeah.
Very interesting. Um. Well, one second. Are you familiar with the I don't know if you've caught it or not. Uh, the animal killings in Kentucky. Are you familiar with those?
Which animal killings were those?
There was horses and dogs involved.
A whole bunch of dogs missing.
No, the dogs. There were I think there was two dogs and two horses that were killed on the
Uh,
property, and it was under investigation, but the property owner, um, of course, it was being investigated, but and of course the original story, because a lot of people familiar with this, a lot of people the sheriff had mentioned that he says it was not a cat, and we were discussing some of this yet last night, and with what we were talking about is with what we were the information regarding the claw marks where they were found and where most of the damage was done on the animals, and of course it was noted that the claw marks were on the throat and there was damage around the throat. There was other claw marks elsewhere, but most of the severe damage was on the throat, and
okay,
we were agreeing, or we were. I know I was. I mean, I believe it was safe to say that that definitely sounded like a cat. Um,
exactly. Because
yeah.
I've actually saw a hand, a molding of a hand that they actually have, but Bigfoot does not have claws, so it doesn't have fangs. So, and that would eliminate a lot of that would eliminate that, and there's sometimes that you know. I mean, people have a lot of instruments now where they can actually measure certain things, and if there are claws involved, to me, it sounds like a big cat. And then also too, what people fail to realize is that uh, cougars, or not cougars, jaguars, are starting to make a comeback.
Oh yeah.
They were yes, and then part of the Black Panther that people have actually seen, could actually be a black jaguar.
Right.
Just throwing it out there. I'm not 100% sure, but that's a possibility. But but to me, there are claw marks involved. It has to be a big cat.
Right. And there was an update that was put out today that I saw from the property owner, and there was multiple images showing the animals, and there's one image I got right now where they found a track of the suspect, and course, in the image you'll see the white shape of the animal. They covered it up. I guess they used like an app to cover it up so they don't show the bloody mess. But in the other images, they do show the animals. There's one picture, it does show the claw marks very carefully. And right here, I'm about to do a screen share. And this here is the landowner did, I guess, the property owner, the animal owner, they kind of conducted their own little investigation. And I guess this information wasn't put out. From what I understand, I don't think the information, according to the sheriff, the sheriff was denying it, saying there was no cats involved, and the Department of Game did not want to say. But this year, I think I don't know. You guys probably won't see this unless you look up the image yourself and zoom in. But it shows very clear. And right here, ladies and gentlemen, let me present it right here. They have it circled right here. And if you look, let me go to the other screen so I could show. If you look right here, here's a cat track right here.
Yep. And if you actually use that leaf as a scale, that oak tree there, that oak leaf there, you can use it as a scale, and it basically indicates that it's a smaller little track.
Yeah. Now, of course, right here, the white part there, of course, they used this. They didn't want to show this was one of the horses right here that were killed. And again, there's a fresh track of what was on the scene. And
also, Daniel, also too, that could be a coyote track as well, because if there's something dead, coyotes are going to go to it.
Well, that's true. I don't. Well, the other thing is too. I don't know when they found these. I really wish it was a better scale there. But I see what you're talking about. The leaf right here in the water in the mud.
No, go a little bit lower, right there. That one.
This one here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you would actually put it on that, it's going to be probably the length to that leaf.
Yeah, like take this whole length right here and lay it across this way.
Right, or a little longer.
That's kind of a fairly decent sized track right there. So, I mean, it could have been a mid-sized cat. I mean, if it's a full-grown cat, you estimate, that's got to be probably 100. I don't know what they go for, but 100, 150 maybe.
Yeah, but that animal right down there, that track right down there, you're looking at maybe like 50, 60 pounds weight on that. But something like that is not going to take down nothing huge. See, the only way that it could take something big down is if a pack of coyotes come up there and actually work as a team and take down the animal.
Right.
That's why you actually hear certain sounds, certain calls that the coyote makes when he's hunting, when he gathers the pack together. There's certain sounds that they actually make, and there's also certain sounds that they make to indicate that they actually killed it. I mean, coyotes have different songs, so.
There's something else kind of new going on here too. There's a couple other things floating around. I'm gonna pull them up very shortly here once I find them. Oh, yesterday Nikki Cologne originally shared this picture with me. It's a picture of a track that was taken up in Saskatoon, up in Canada. The photo was taken by a firefighter. Now, when I first looked at this track, I was actually pretty much blown away. And of course, I started doing more. Today, I started paying attention to it a little bit better. Because yesterday, at first glance, I was pretty amazed. Now, check that out right there. Now, I have another picture of it where I took it and I turned it. Hold on. Right there.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah. Now, I kept looking at this photo, and I was originally finding it to be pretty impressive, but then I started looking at this here. See how this comes out on the left?
Right.
Kind of comes out, and then right here it comes back in, and then you got this extra right here where you can see where the toes are. The toes are pretty obvious, and then out here is one with a heel. It goes straight up with a heel. But this is what I found a little interesting. And me personally, this is the conclusion that I came to. That where it may have been possibly a double step bear track.
Okay.
Now that's just my opinion. That's what I believe, and a lot of people believe that seems like a very good possibility because it protrudes out over here on the lower part, which, you know, when a bear has a double step bear track, you know, I have found double step bear tracks where they're not perfectly aligned, where they are offset like that.
Right.
So, yeah, I do believe, yeah, this was a double step bear track. The person who was sharing it around was on Facebook. He goes by Bigfoot Evidence. And I noticed the original picture has Tony Merkel's photo on it, which he has his own radio show. I'm assuming that it was probably originally sent to him, and then Bigfoot Evidence got a hold of it and started sharing it around. And but yeah, after I paid attention to it and I started looking at it, my conclusion I came up with, it's a double step bear track, and I believe that's safe to say. And now, of course, if we go back to the original photo, this, you know, where I have it up like that, or actually, let me go back a scene here. Oh crap, I messed up. Where'd I have it? Like right here. This is the way it was presented to me at first, just like this. And as you see, it's got Tony Merkel's name on it. Now, I don't know if he's the one that found it or that maybe somebody has sent it to him.
See, the thing that gets me about that photo right up here, were the claws on the front.
Well, that's another thing. I have found bear tracks. I got bear tracks, especially from the front.
Right.
My bear tracks, I have seen bear tracks with claws in them. Yeah, but the bear tracks I have casted don't display claws.
Right.
Or they didn't show up that good.
Right.
Now, I don't know if this is what kind of bear this might have been, if it is a bear.
Right.
But
To me personally, that's a very interesting track. You know, I would have probably casted that one.
yeah.
And then examine it later. The heel looks amazing.
Right.
There's sometimes too. There's a scientist here that believes that you know, everybody says that a Bigfoot is flat-footed, but there was he actually casted some tracks where it was a slight evidence starting showing like a small little arch, not a big arch, but a small one.
Yeah.
So it's not proven or anything like that yet, but he definitely had cast where you could actually see like a little arch indentation there. But
Yeah.
I kind of like that one in a way because the toes are straight instead of wide.
Right.
Yeah, I would love to seen if he would have found some more or see what the terrain was all about, or seen the terrain to see what it was like. So
yeah. Now, judging from the ground, and supposedly this photo was originally taken by a firefighter, and looking around at the ground, this looks like it's been this area. Yeah, exactly. So after wetting, you know, apparently it's been wet in there too. So and the ground was soft enough to pick that up. Yeah. I mean, either way, it's still very very interesting.
Right.
So,
Yeah, it's a good one. I kind of like that one. I've seen a lot of tracks before, and I kind of like that one in a way. You know, we can't say that it is. We can't say that it isn't. But it is a very interesting track.
Now, somebody, I can't remember who, but somebody else is familiar with this area, and there has been Bigfoot sightings or reports from this area. So that there is interesting as well. And like I know every area is different. Every area, with their wildlife is different. But like even in my area, I know where the bears are. The bears travel all over the place, and but when there's heavy bear sign of bear activity, I've always paid special close attention to those areas because I have found in a lot of cases there's always been what I believe to be Bigfoot sign in activity as well. It's like I don't know if the bears are traveling with following Sasquatch, vice versa. Squatches are following them or using their patterns and their tracks, to maybe help better hide theirs, Um, but so I guess what I'm getting at is it could be both could be happening in this area.
Right.
Um. Okay. Yeah. Nikki just sent me a picture. All right. Cool. Yeah, it's a big bear claw, a bear paw with big claws. That's pretty cool. Let me see. Yeah, so we got that there. Oh, and there's been another thing going around. The latest Bigfoot photo. And all right, before we get to this photo, it's supposedly a guy up in Michigan that was fishing. Had snapped these photos because I guess from what he heard, well, let me go over there. Let's get to it. Right here. Michigan fisherman takes photograph of juvenile Bigfoot stalking him. All right, there's that photo. I got a larger photo of it here. A little bit, yeah, right here. Now, the picture definitely shows there's a figure there, but I know I was reading some of the comments from other people, and I was kind of taking them into consideration. And but almost at the same time, I mean, I don't know. I want to believe that this could be real, but a lot of people say, well, why was there just photos taken? Why didn't he just start filming it and watching it move to get, but I guess photos are a quick way to get capture what you're seeing. Then again, if you had taken photos, you could have zoomed in, or I mean, if you'd taken video, you could have zoomed in, and then you could still get the pictures by scene by scene.
Right. See, also too, the some of the eyewitnesses here came up there and that they were saying that that the creature goes so fast that you don't even have time to pull out a camera or time to pull out anything to photograph it because it's so fast. You count 5 seconds and it's gone, and they're running in a fast pace.
Yeah.
And you can't get nothing focused. You cannot get. I mean, you have to be. Your camera has to be on motion or whatever, and just catch it and praying that you have the right shutter speed. To catch something like that.
Right.
It's so fast. I got to tell you a story about. It's not Bigfoot related, but I used to go ghost hunting in Gettysburg.
Oh,
And
okay.
we actually went on a non-investigation on this certain area, and we went down this path, and it was part of the Civil War, and then sure enough, I started snapping some pictures, and then all of a sudden I snapped a picture, and sure enough, it looked just like a Confederate soldier with his foot on the tree.
Really?
Yeah, it was a bizarre picture, and so we were looking at our photos and everything like that evening and that night and early that morning and checking everything and they came upon this picture and sure enough, it looked just like a Confederate soldier with his foot up, and we're going, no, man, we got to go down this path and check if we could find exactly where this photo was taken at. And sure enough, we went out there and actually saw it was actually a stump. And just the right shadows and everything like that looked just like a Confederate soldier with his foot on the stump.
Mm.
So, it's good to, if it was me, if he's standing right down there, he's going to be leaving a footprint, or he's going to be leaving some hair or something around that tree there, or something around there. That's when the researcher kicks in, try to find evidence. Hey, I need to go back to that spot where I took this picture at and find out. Look for tracks, look for hair like that. I would know 100% sure that that was standing there.
Right. Now, yeah, regarding to this image right here, if you guys bear with me, I'm gonna look something up, and I'm gonna put this picture next to another picture, and if I can find it. All right, give me 1 second. If I can find the one I'm looking for. All right. All right. Let me send. I got a picture. I'm gonna send it to a messenger so I can pull it up. All right. Let me. All right, everybody, take a good look at this photo right here. I know it's it's inconclusive to get details, but there's something about this photo that I want to compare it to. And if you give me a second, I will pull it up. All right, here, I'm about to do another screenshot. Here's a Bigfoot costume. And so this is what I was looking at right here. The head, the shape of the head and the fur on the costume, the face. All right. What's the possibility of this being this? So again,
Possibility.
Yeah.
Everything's possible. Everything's possible. It's possible I could go to the store right now and win a winning lottery ticket.
Oh yeah, yeah. You never know. So, but yeah, when I saw the image, this is what it reminded me of right here. All right. Yeah. Yeah, Nikki mentioned hold on. Yeah, Nikki said it looks similar. So I mean, yeah, I of all people want to believe it's real, and I don't want, and for the record, let me tell everybody who's watching and listening this, I'm all about trying to debunk something. I'm very objective, but at the same time, I'm never trying to put anybody down. So regardless who is responsible for taking these photos, if it's real, and maybe they thought it was real, were they being hoaxed? These are the questions that got to be asked. Was somebody nearby and knew this guy that was fishing, or was it just somebody in a costume that happened to be in the area, and they knew other people were in the area? There's a lot of things that we could look at, a lot of questions. So yeah, but yeah, what I was looking at again, look at the face, look at the shape of the head and the fur, and back to this. That's where kind of like where I was getting at. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. that's just my comparison. That's just my side note. You know, my opinion. It might be real, but you know, I'm looking at it at an objective point of view, and just trying to compare things. And then everybody everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and everybody you're responsible for drawing your own conclusions. What I point out is I'm not telling you hard facts because it's inconclusive. We have no facts about the image, the what's put out there. There's a lot of stuff that floats around on social media in the Bigfoot community. We all know it. A lot of it, I believe there is a majority of it that may be fake because of for attention. People want praise. People want the attention to say, hey, they find good stuff. And then at the same time, some of these people probably got the real deal on them, and the only one that knows the truth is those who are there observing, especially when it comes to sightings. Everybody, if you see a Sasquatch, you're seeing a Sasquatch. I mean, there's no denying that. If you're seeing it, so the truth is in the eye of the beholder. So, see, Blue Ridge Bigfoot says, seems like Bigfoot evidence is taking a lot of flack for posturing pictures like this one. Lots of negative comments. And then Woolly Burger said, going to put together a video of my pics that puzzle me next couple days. Okay.
Hey, Daniel, I have a question for you.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I saw this photo and the story about a man somewhere that actually got pushed.
Oh, I heard something like that. I'm not sure where I heard that from.
Yeah, they were saying that somewhere, I don't know, it was California, somewhere out there in a park or something. He was walking around and he got pushed, and it did something to his eye socket, chipped a few teeth, and something shoved from his bag pretty hard.
This sounds familiar. You said you think it was in California?
Yeah, I think it was some guy with glasses or something like that. He had a black eye, and he was saying that he walked around the park, and he was shoved to the ground pretty hard.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say yes, but then at the same time, I'm not sure. But it does sound very familiar. I may have heard something about somebody being pushed.
Yeah, because that was pretty interesting. Having the force to push somebody down that hard and do that to the face and his facial features.
Right.
So I thought that's pretty fascinating. So.
Oh, I'd say so. Hold on. We got on the live chat. We got some stuff going on here. Somebody said somebody commented regarding what you were just talking about. Maybe they probably just tripped. Casey Keller said, can a Georgia Bigfoot be a gorilla that got loose from Florida back in the 70s and the 80s? He said, what I saw looked just like the Florida skunk ape. Like Baltimore said, anything's possible. Anything's possible, but I mean, if it was a gorilla, I think it would be a little bit more. I don't know. A gorilla. I know some people describe Bigfoot as a gorilla, but it would have to be. Gorillas are only bipedal. They can be bipedal, but only for short periods of time. So I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, that question. I mean, yeah, it's possible. Oh, okay. Central Center Star Channel said, yes, recently this guy was pushed. He said, check out Secure Ream 10, I think. That must be the YouTube channel. Yeah, Nikki said the guy you're talking about, his name is Scott Slaughterbeck. And then other people saying, yeah, he was broken up, had broken bones. Oh, and Blue Ridge Bigfoot said Thinker Thunker did a video on that incident. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, I'll have to check that out because I used to follow Thinker Thunker. I haven't been paying attention to much of his stuff because I think it was one of them that kind of dropped out for a while and then they came back, started doing things again. Hmm. Oh, Secure Team 10. Okay, you had a type error. All right. Secure Team 10. All right, so yeah, if anyone's interested in checking that out, that's the YouTube channel, Secure Team 10, all one word. Secure Team 10. Interesting. And yeah, I wanted to mention too, or remind everybody, September 15th and 16th, there was it's scheduled down in Medoc Mountain State Park in North Carolina that the third annual Bigfoot in the Park event was taking place. Um, Stephen Barcelo, the gentleman that was responsible in hosting that event, I don't know what his plans are because I know I messaged him and I also left a comment under one of his posts for him to reconsider postponing that event due to the hurricane we got coming in within the next few days. And so I don't know. No, I know if I've been asked by somebody else if he was, and I said no. As far as I know, he hasn't posted anything about it. And I think it's his best bet to postpone it because I don't think no one's going to show up when a lot of the areas are going to be evacuated. I think Bigfoot's going to be the last thing on everybody's mind when there's a hurricane in the area, and it's once it touched land, they claim it's going to be a lot stronger, and so it's going to be pretty nasty. Also, this weekend was Tracy's weekend expedition investigation, and I believe he has already postponed that. So, and so for those who were planning on jumping in and being a part of that, yeah, you could double check with Tracy, but I am pretty sure he is postponing his weekend investigation. And I was actually so looking forward to that because I was going to be one of the ones investigating with him, and along with whoever else was showing up down there. So let that be known that we got the hurricane coming in. Yeah, things are supposed to start getting nasty tomorrow. So there's possible power outages. Everybody start preparing yourself for everything that we got going on, that we got on the way. So, and on the live chat, for those who are interacting through the live chat, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask away. Me and Baltimore will be glad to answer to the best of our ability. And Tracy just gave me the update on the postponed dates. The 29th and the 30th is when he's rescheduling his investigation. So yep. If you want to come on down, Tracy Arnold, contact Tracy Arnold, or you can find him on YouTube as Bigfoot Sasquatch Outlaw. Again, that is Bigfoot Sasquatch Outlaw. Be sure to subscribe to Tracy Arnold's YouTube channel. He's got a lot of stuff he posts daily, and he's got some really awesome work. And he's always he goes live out in the woods. For those who haven't been paying attention, what he does, he places his phone out there, and he sets it on live, and it's recording live action while he's away from the area and viewing it from home, along with everybody else. And he's actually had activity on some of his live feeds. So when he goes live, check that out. If you subscribe to him and click that little bell icon, you will get a notification every time he goes live. So, and Nikki Cologne says, I hate Thinker Thunker. Of course, she calls him Thinker Junker. That's funny. Okay, Casey Keller is talking about his this Bigfoot was on all fours to start with, but stood up and crossed the road on two legs. 7 foot tall, at least 3 to 4 feet. Wow, that's a big one. So Matthew Clee says, newbie here. How's everyone? Well, hey, great to have you. Great to have you. I'm glad you could join us. And if you have not done so, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. And you're very welcome, Tracy. It's what we're here for. Look out for each other and help spread the word and spread awareness of Bigfoot in general. So, 2019, I want to remind everybody, for 2019, the ECBRO's second annual Virginia Bigfoot Con taking place June 29th and June 30th. Man, for those who missed out round one, you guys missed out a really great time. We've had a lot of positive feedback, and I was blown away by one of the comments I found in a blog where we actually had a compliment saying that we were better than the Ohio Bigfoot Conference. And I'll never forget that comment. I think I actually got a screenshot somewhere. But, you know, a lot of people really enjoyed our first time. A lot of people were very impressed. They were blown away by that. We had Bigfoot on site. So, but if you guys could come on out, if you guys could come on out next year, right here, it's going to be taking place in Waynesboro, Virginia, on June 29th and June 30th. Follow the website. We have an official event website, which is VirginiaBigfootCon.com. That is VirginiaBigfootCon, all one word, .com. That's our event website, and you can find us on Facebook as well. We have the ECBRO Annual Virginia Bigfoot Con Facebook page. Give us a like, share that around. So, until further information and other stuff is updated, we'll update as soon as we can. There's a few things we're working on right now, but the event's going to be huge. It's going to be awesome. You guys will love it. So come on out. We're going to have some great speakers like we did this past year. We had some amazing speakers, and everybody enjoyed them. And everybody left with a piece of information. One way or another, they learned something, and they gained information and something to study and to consider. So, from the feedback I got, our event was well balanced between flesh and blood, and we had a little bit of woo, because not every conference always has the woo. I am very skeptical, and I don't completely support the woo, but I consider it because there's people out there that want to hear it. And so that's why I do a little blend of everything. And so when I invite speakers, I'm not responsible for what they present. It's for you to listen, to consider, and draw your own conclusions. So,
Daniel, I think what made the conference for me more that I really did enjoy were like the she squashers and other people actually putting people aside.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And just talking to them individuals one-on-one, and Tracy Arnold, Michael Cook, all these people, actually put people aside, and actually talk to these people one-on-one, share their stories with him or whatever, or just interacting with each other. We never pushed nobody away. There were some
Absolutely.
stories that were way out there and hard to believe, but there were some other stories that were totally fascinating that really blew our minds. But it was great having all these speakers and all these other people, working together as a group, to making sure that we did our jobs there.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was very, very educational. This year was amazing, and it gets bigger and bigger every year. It's gonna get bigger and bigger every year. Just as long as everything was so positive there. Uh, you know, uh, you know, maybe next year I could get a little bit earlier to the airport. But other than that, it was totally fascinating. It was a great experience.
Absolutely. And speaking of the she squatchers, here I am with them. That was at the restaurant when we all got together and
Yeah.
on Saturday night and went and hung out. So yeah, those girls. They're great girls. Yeah, very outgoing and very friendly.
Yep.
And who else? Ronald J. Moorhead. I'll tell you what, Ronald. I was very impressed with him too because, yeah, he was. Yeah, he was very talkative. He enjoyed a good conversation with us. And here we are, all grouped together here. From left to right, Brian Ingerman, and of course, the one and only you, Baltimore. My daughter Brianna, and then right between Brianna and Zach is Jenna Grover, of course, Zach, and then yeah, Jen Cruz, and then me on the far right. So yeah, we all had an amazing time there, hanging out and fellowshipping right there. That was awesome. And let me show you some other pictures here. I'm trying to find a picture of the whole crowd. Give everybody a little taste of what kind of crowd we had out there. I know I got pictures of it somewhere. Excuse me.
There were so many. Also, there were so many young kids there.
Oh
I thought it
yeah.
was great.
Well, you know, that's another thing I found amazing is that the youth were coming out, and when I had time to stand by my booth, the youth were coming by and asking questions and everything.
Yep.
So, I'll tell you what, I'm not. Let me go to my event page, and I know I got photos uploaded on that there from the event. Hold on one second, it's pulling up here. Here's one of the pictures of the crowd.
Yep.
Actually, and during this picture here, the She Squatchers were giving their presentation. So, yeah. Let's see, and I know I got more here. Let me go back to the other page. And let me go under photos. Where are all my photos in the? Oh, here we go. Yeah, we got a picture of Tracy. Here's a picture of Tracy Arnold and Ronald J. Moorhead. Let me pull that up here very shortly. Yeah, there's Tracy Arnold, because Tracy Arnold's on the live chat. So everybody can say hi to Tracy. And let me go under here. Oh, look at Zach. Yeah, there's me and Ronald J. Moorhead right there. That was Darby. That was actually on day 2. I got some other photos. Oh, there's Sasquatch. There's Tracy right there. Oh, yeah, I have it on share. Okay. Zach and Dave Thundercloud. Me and Zach. Me and Tracy standing by my booth. Ah, there's Tracy in Baltimore. Let's see. All right, there's Greg and his wife Alyssa. Greg Corbin. Me, Greg, and Alyssa. Here we are, just all hanging around. This is towards the end of the day. Me and Rose Dickens. Me and Susie Jane from Ohio. Me and Alex Bob, also known as Bigfoot Bob, down in Alabama. This is one cool dude right here. He definitely plans on returning for next year as one of our vendors. And there's me, Greg Corbin, and the one and only. Oh my goodness. I feel bad. I forget his name. Oh man, he's gonna kick my butt for forgetting his name in the middle. Somebody help me here. Let's see. Oh, there we are at the restaurant again. There's my father standing next to Bigfoot. Me and Greg. Me, Greg, and Dave. Yeah, these guys were cool right here. They had their movie. Yeah, Ed Brown. I'm sorry. Thank you, Nikki. Yeah, these guys here. He was a movie producer of his movie Sightings, which you can find it on Amazon. You can find it. You could actually find it on your cable TV. The movie Sightings is actually based off of the UFO and Bigfoot theory, where a UFO creature was terrorizing ranchers and abducting people. Actually, I have the video. I have the DVD. They gave me a copy, and I still have not watched it yet. So check that out. This guy's cool. I first met him back in Ohio. You know, he's got a lot of awesome literature. He sells a lot of photos of the Patterson footage, and he's got DVDs. He even had a TK Fleur there on sale. So, but yeah, this guy here, hope to have him back again next year. He said he did extremely well on his profits there. Zero Tactical, those guys are awesome. They got a lot of great gear there. And Joe Laskins actually won their drawing. They did a raffle. And Joe Laskins from Florida won a tactical bag with gear inside of it, which was very cool. And that was from Jennifer McDaniels from Kentucky. One of her little Sasquatch figurine. Ernest Solar, he's a professor out of Mount St. Mary's up in Maryland. He lives up in Northern Virginia. And this is jewelry people. There's Brian Ingerman. Brian Ingerman. Yeah, he does some pretty cool stuff there with Ed. There he is with Ed Brown. So, and then of course here's a display that Baltimore had. Baltimore had some very cool stuff on display.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had some great stuff. Those are my favorite pieces right there. The jawbones. Oh yeah, this one right here. That's the one. That's the one I got right there, Baltimore.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yeah. It's sitting over my mantle. Yeah. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some. I want to show you something.
They were totally they love the job of it. So I thought that was pretty. So I'm going to give Daniel that one. So I thought that was pretty neat.
All right. Let me go through the photos a little bit more. There's Baltimore at his table. All right. That's a different angle. That was the she squatchers right there doing their thing. I don't know why that came out blurry. I guess the lighting or something. There's Bigfoot. Yeah, see? Look how clear that picture of Bigfoot is. Why can't anyone else get a good picture like that? There's Bill Lancaster of Bilko Productions, Michael Cook. Yeah, they were actually set up right next to me. And then all the way down at the end was Zach and his mother. They had their table set up down there. And that was the Ohio Night Stalkers, Mike Miller and Mike Feltner, and Bev McCoy and her husband. All right, and my daughter sitting down at my booth. My father standing there. So, and Greg talking to people. There's the Ohio Night Stalkers again. My daughter sitting at the booth. Yeah, I had a few of my casts on display. So, yeah. All right. There's some of the crowd again. I don't know. That came out dark right there. We had to turn the lights off for some of the presentations for those who weren't there. Oh. All right. But yeah, Baltimore, I wanted to show you something here real quick. I'm gonna turn my camera on. You know my jawbone?
Yep.
I have it placed. It's leaning. It's right next to you on my mantle, and I want to show you. I'm holding you in my hands right now. Right here. See?
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, this is what sits on my mantle right here. Yep, I call him my little miniature Baltimore.
Oh
Kind
wow.
of reminds me of you ever see that old movie Indian in the Cupboard?
Uh-huh.
I need to put him in a cupboard so he might come alive one day.
You never know.
You know what's cool about this? His little spear comes out too.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, cool.
Yeah, you know where I found this? I picked this up at the local 7-Elevens around here, at the Citgo gas stations. They have a lot of cool stuff like this on display.
Oh
And when I
wow.
first saw this, I had to jump on. I wasn't hesitating. I wasn't coming back to wait and see if it was still there. As soon as I saw it, I had to get this. So
Oh wow. I gotta
yeah.
send you a thing on Facebook dealing with the. We have another one called Baby Baldy.
What's it
So
called?
Baby Baldy,
Oh.
yeah, it's a Native American doll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they said that looks just like me. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, we're gonna use it like an elf on the shelf.
Oh, okay. There you go. All right. People are sending me videos. Yeah, I don't know what these are. Tarnese sent me the same thing. Zach just messaged me earlier. I just now looking at it. He said, I won't be able to make it tonight. I'm looking for work now. I'm far from a good mood. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Okay. Let me get back to the live feed here real quick, so I can pay attention to the live chat. There we go. It's pulling up. All right. Tracy said, oh, Blue Ridge Bigfoot said, I got that one too. I really like it. And then Tracy said, he didn't stand like that one. Yeah. Yeah, but overall, we had a really great time there, everybody. And for those who didn't make it, we definitely invite you to come out next year. Just being there, meeting, familiar faces from online, getting to meet people in person for the first time. And then just hearing stories from people that do show up. We've had a lot of locals, and some of the locals were that did experience or heard something. That's one thing I was impressed by. I was actually heard a couple stories. They weren't really big and exciting, but but there were things that people heard. And some of these people are people that are familiar with the outdoors, but there's just some things they've heard and experienced that they just couldn't explain. And I found that fascinating that they were still willing to share any little bit of information they could. So, and there is others that came from long distance just to attend the event and share stories, and to hear the stories that people are willing to share. That's good. And next year we are going to have a VIP dinner. If you want to be a part of that, we're going to get the speakers together, and anybody that wants to come out and go out to dinner with us, and sit and hang out with the speakers one night, which I believe I'm going to do the VIP dinner probably the day before the event, probably like on a Friday, possibly. So all these little details, they're still in the work right now. Nothing's written in stone at the moment. So yeah, but we're working on a lot of things. So sponsorships, we're going to be jumping on sponsorships again, touching base with our most recent sponsors. And so if anybody out there, if you want to be part of our sponsorship, we have we do have a sponsorship program intact, but we're going to actually work on revising that and making it a little bit more convenient on our part. So, but as far as sponsorships, you definitely get your name and your logo put out there. You will definitely be promoted. You'll be added to our website, and when we have an event T-shirt made up, you will be your name, your logo will be placed on that T-shirt, and it's all part of promotion. And during our shows that we have, like these podcast shows, or if we conduct radio shows, um, we definitely throw your name out there and how people could connect with you. So, so if you're interested in being a sponsor for 2019, please contact me. You can contact me via, through email, the ECBRO98 at gmail.com. And or there's actually forms I have added onto my website. Again, if you go to virginiabigfootcon.com and scroll down, there are contact forms which you can contact me directly through the website, which I will get it through my email. And so you guys could check that out. There's vendor forms on there. There is sponsorship forms on there. Basically, it's just a simple form. If you're interested, I can fill you in on details personally. So, um, and that's about kind of covering it for the tonight, really. Baltimore, was there anything that you wanted to share with anybody before we jump off here?
Nothing. Not really. I basically said everything I had to say tonight.
Okay,
Again, dealing with the conference, it was an amazing conference. I just can't wait. Wait for next year.
absolutely. And again, I want to thank everybody who did come out to that back in June. And because we had people. I was blown away by people from the long distance travel. They came. I mean, people came all the way up from Florida. We had a huge crowd from Ohio, and I mean the Ohio Night Stalkers, which were not just one of our sponsors, but they were also one of our presenters, our speakers. Susie Jane, Susie Jane and her whole family. She had a large crowd that came out from Ohio. We had people from North Carolina. We had a good group from North Carolina, Kentucky. Yeah, we had a lot of people representing Kentucky. So it's going to be awesome. Come on out to represent your Bigfoot group. One thing that I want to do, and I think it's going to be fun, is for the entertainment side of things. I want to do a little bit of cosplay in there, where if you want to come dressed up, uh, feel free. And I think we're going to open up the Bigfoot Con to a little bit more variety of cryptids. So we're going to try to fill in details on that. I added some of that information on the website. So, but meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish you guys a good night. And for those of North Carolina, South Carolina, and other fellow Virginians, I hope you guys are prepared for the weather that's on the way. Make sure you got batteries, everything's recharged, and you got maybe extra water just in case we have power outages. So, if I have power and things are working out while when I'm at home, um, I'll try to do some live feeds and we'll get people together and see how things go. So, meanwhile, you guys have a great night. God bless and keep it squatchy. And don't forget to subscribe to your fellow YouTubers, uh, Sasquatch Outlaw, Bigfoot Sasquatch Outlaw, um, this YouTube channel, and check out Zach Sterrick's YouTube channel, Southern Illinois Monster Hunters. So thank you, Matthew Cleaves. You guys have a good night, everybody, and till next time.